Let's talk about what I think is the biggest story today that is not getting nearly the coverage that it deserves. I see people making their number one headline for the day the fact that 50 Cent found some bitcoins that he wasn't aware of, and now all of a sudden he's sort of a Bitcoin millionaire. I see people focusing on the wrong sorts of news stories. And here we have an actual news story that is very, very critical when it comes to adoption, when it comes to the size of the network, um, when it comes to actual utility of various cryptocurrencies. Stripe, which is easily the number two payment solutions provider, it's a company that is rapidly gaining market share on PayPal. Um, Announced yesterday that they're no longer supporting Bitcoin within their payment gateway. And this is, in my opinion, a major, major story. Um, and I just find it very interesting that the market did not react. I do not see very many crypto news sites making this one of their prominent stories. And I just find it very, very confusing. Um, Down here they mentioned that they're no longer supporting Bitcoin because of the increase in the transaction cost and the increase in the transaction time. Um, and so at this time that it no longer makes sense for, on Stripe, most purchases are for, $5, $10, maybe up to $100. And Bitcoin doesn't really make much sense for those kinds of micro purchases. And I think the market has already caught on to that, and Bitcoin is already rebranding itself as, almost exclusively sort of the digital gold, the store of value, um, and not for the virtual cash system and a payment system, and less of a currency and more of a store of value. So I don't think that's as big of a news story. I'm actually not surprised that the price of Bitcoin hasn't really reacted to this story all that much. I don't think it really should, because I think that's already baked into the market. I think the market is already aware of this, and I think that's part of the reason we have seen the very significant sell-offs over the past week or two. Um, but I'm also confused that, down here where they're mentioning that they're interested in Lightning, but they find Omisego to be a very promising project. They're also looking at Stellar. They're also looking at Ethereum, and I just find it very interesting that they're sort of hinting here that they may at some point integrate another uh, cryptocurrency like Omisego onto their platform, which, in my opinion, would be a major story. This would be a major, major uptick for adoption, for actual utility of the cryptocurrency, for the value of the network. We would see the number of transactions explode in Omisego. We would see the value of Omisego explode. We would see the very significant network effects from this. So here we have a story that really, really impacts on the actual utility of a cryptocurrency. And we see that the market did not react one bit. This story came out about 10 hours ago, this morning, and we see that the price of Omisego has not even reacted one bit. It is still at the same Satoshi level, around 145,000 Satoshis, as it was when this story was announced. So here we have a story about actual adoption, actual utility, potential adoption of cryptocurrency, and there is literally zero reaction in the market. And yet, uh, on January 4th, the founder of Tron mentioned that he is going to announce a quote-unquote big partnership, major partnership announcement. Here it is on January 4th. Justin Sun, the founder of Tron, tweeted, "We will announce our partnership with a very prestigious public listed company next week. Looking forward to it." And this is just hinting. There's no meat here. There's no basis for this. But he's just teasing us that there will be this quote unquote very prestigious public company. And so on January 4th, we see that the price of Tron absolutely exploded. The top of Tron's price absolutely blew off just from this single tweet that he has a big partnership coming. The market reacted instantly, within minutes, within hours. The top of the coin price blew off. And this was, from the founder of the coin, not from the mouth of the very prestigious company. Whereas here, from a potential partner, a major, the number 2 payment solutions provider for e-commerce, hinting that Omisego may eventually be incorporated into their payment solutions, the market doesn't react one bit. I just found it very interesting. We are living in a period of this market where the market is utterly irrational, utterly focused purely on the short term, and not focused on actual utility, actual adoption, actual network effects of a project. If you got something out of this video, please subscribe below, and we will see you in the next video.